Guys, welcome to the channel. It's Hamza, and in this video I'm going to go over my portfolio and talk a little bit about the craziness that is the market. So today was a huge day for retail investors. I think we won a little, we lost a little, and the way we won was we proved and made a point to the entire market, and that includes all the institutional investors that have been screwing retail investors for a very long time out of money that we deserve to keep. Now, of course, on this channel, I consider myself a retail investor. I do have investments with larger institutional private equity firms, which I am thinking of pulling out now that I see how dirty this Wall Street game has become. But in the meantime, of course, I want to give you guys an update and I want to talk about my portfolio. And in doing such, we do have some good news today. Let's quickly look at my portfolio. I'm roughly up around $2,000 as of right now. However, I was up roughly around $4,500 earlier today. Now, I'm confident that I will get that gain back. However, until then, technically, I am down $2,000 from the highs, which in the grand scheme of things is not a bad thing. I mean, I am at almost our goal, which was $150,000, but that is also due to the fact that I did make a deposit in my account today. Now, obviously, I could have easily told you guys that, yes, I made profits. And from yesterday, if you guys watch my video from yesterday, we were at $120,000. Today, we are at $146,000. And the reason for that is I did deposit $25,000 cash into my account as I did see a buying opportunity for a couple of things here on Robinhood. And we are going to cover exactly that in today's video. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit more about what is going on because we have news of class action lawsuits, which I may be taking a part in because I did have AMC, Nokia calls and shares that I had to sell because I couldn't do anything else with them on this platform. But first, a quick disclaimer. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Just because I invest in these shares doesn't mean you have to. Do your own due diligence and only invest money you are willing to lose. And times are extremely volatile, so be careful, guys. I mean, investing is always fun, but be careful. Always make sure you do your due diligence and invest in companies that you believe in long term. Now, with the disclaimer out of the way, let's cover my positions. And we're going to start with, of course, my options, calls. So I have, as you guys can see over here, I have two calls. I have one option on NNDM that I've carried for quite a while. That option is actually trailing at roughly around a $450 profit and has been doing so for the past few days. It had gone up in the past, but seems to have settled at this $450 range. I do have 15 NEO calls. So if you noticed, I did add 5 calls today in the market because NEO dropped quite heavily. I was actually in the negative earlier today. So I had 10 calls. I added 5 calls of NEO as I truly believe that that stock is going to pop this week, which means I am expecting some really good news over the weekend with this company. Now, before I jump into my stock portfolio, remember guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. About 97% of my viewers are non-subscribers. So subscribe to the channel. We're building this community. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. It would help me with the YouTube algorithm and help me grow this amazing community that we are building here together. Now, remember guys, the goal here on my channel is to get to $1 million. So even if you're not interested in the content and just want to see me get to $1 million, by the end of this year, subscribe, and I post videos daily whether I make or lose money, and you guys will get to see how difficult or easy it was for me to make $1 million this year on my Robinhood stock portfolio. And with that, let's get into the stock. So Snow today is down for me big. I was actually down yesterday, but I think I took a little bit of a beating on Snow today as well. Netflix is almost break even, which is, I'm not crying about it. It's a big company. I'll be fine long term. NEO, I am down. Apple, I'm down. Amazon, I'm down. SPY, I am down. I mean, all these stocks are in the green, but I am down. I have seen higher highs on each one of these stocks. Jumia, I'm down. BNGO, I'm down. All these other stocks, I am down as well. Now, Tesla, I did add a few stocks in Tesla. So previously, I had 3 shares in Tesla. I added 3 more shares to my portfolio today as I believe that Tesla is testing out a new price point, and I think we're going to get to see resistance at roughly around 820 to 840. So I think that was a good in for me. I am going to continue to buy Tesla as it's only a small part of my portfolio. I eventually want to make Tesla roughly around 20% of my portfolio, so I am going to keep dipping into Tesla on down days. Realty income absolutely crushed it for me. At some point today, I think I was up $500 on realty income. The stock hasn't moved in forever, and I'm only in it because I like the monthly distributions. Now, if you guys have any recommendations for monthly distribution stocks or distribution stocks in general, put them in the comments below. I would love to make another video on just purely distribution plays for those of us who are looking for distributions in their portfolio. I have TTCF over here doing fairly good. Dash is doing good. CRM is down today. Peloton is down today. Excel Fleet has been down for me for quite some time. At this point, I'm starting to give up a little bit on the Excel Fleet stock. I may have purchased it at the highest high, and now this is where it's going to sit, which means I could cost average or I could keep it for long term and see what happens with the company. Now, I do believe in this company. I believe in their subscription business model, which is why I bought into Excel Fleet. So most probably, I'm just going to hold on to them and see how they do over the year. NNDM absolutely crushing it today. I do need to add more NNDM in my portfolio. I'm a big fan of the company. When Cathie Wood launches the ARK ETF for space, like the space ETF, which is called ARKX, I think NNMD is going to kill it in that space. So I'm going to be in it. I'm waiting for that ETF to launch. I know there's a couple of other stocks that I'm looking at, and I will buy them once that ETF launches, because anything that ARK touches only seems to go up. And then I have my favorite stock, Opendoor. As you guys can see over here, I am losing money in Opendoor, but I'm not too sad about it. In fact, I added 200 stocks to my portfolio just today. So I'm sitting at right around 300 shares of Opendoor. And over here, we have the small cap stuff in the portfolio. Now, I didn't add any shares to any of my small cap stock, but I did buy this share, which is called TTOO. Now, I did purchase this share yesterday. I believe they are close to an FDA approval, and they were actually the top 20 trending on Robinhood today, which I don't know how much I trust, honestly, at this point. But I did invest in them yesterday, and they are trending for today, and the stock went down. Oh, and I totally forgot about this. I know I said I didn't purchase any more shares. However, I just remembered that I did buy 20 shares of Airbnb because they were trending down. I think there's going to be potential upside for Airbnb tomorrow, which I am going to capture. I am going to hold on to this share long term, as I do believe the company is very disruptive for the hotel industry, and they don't actually own any assets that they need to maintain or acquire or dispose and go through all that process. So if Airbnb continues to have a downward movement, I am going to continue to put money into this company. Now that we've covered the stocks, I'm quickly going to talk about the crypto. Bitcoin, I am up. In fact, this is probably the highest I've seen my Bitcoin portfolio go in quite a bit, because it has been like almost sideways for quite a while at between 29 to 33,000. So this is the highest that I've seen my Bitcoin grow in quite some time. And Ethereum as well. So Ethereum has gone up. There could be a little bit of pumping in the crypto world. I know a lot of people jumped onto Dogecoin. It had like a 224% gain today, and that was just because people were pumping Dogecoin. And if any of you got in early into Doge, congratulations, but I will tell you that market is very volatile. That token is extremely volatile, so just be careful. Okay, now that I've shown you guys my portfolio and we've gone over the stocks, options, and crypto that I have in it, let's talk about Robinhood and the class action lawsuits that we are going to see against the company. It is inevitable, so I thought it's something that we should talk about. There's going to be multiple class action lawsuits against Robinhood because people, retail investors like me and you guys, are pissed from the fact that we couldn't trade when we wanted to. We were basically not allowed to buy shares and let institutional equity and these guys in suits basically control and dictate what we were and were not allowed to do. There are going to be multiple articles that are going to be talking about this. And in fact, if you get onto the Wall Street Bets Reddit, they are already finding these articles and finding these lawyers and communicating with them in order to file the class action lawsuit. I think the last time I checked Wall Street Bets, there were like 4 million members. So there's a lot of people who are going to be taking part, obviously, in this class action lawsuit against Robinhood. As far as this account is concerned, all the stocks that I try to put in here are large, small, and medium cap stocks that I plan on holding long term. These are all growth stocks that I believe in. These are all technologies that I believe in. And since I plan on holding these stocks and not trading too much in and out of them, I probably have not been affected like a lot of you. But I know for a fact that there's a lot of you who tried to trade today and were unable to just because of the limitations that Robinhood put on all of us, which means you were either not allowed to trade due to a glitch, or Robinhood flat out told you that you couldn't buy the shares that you wanted to. And I think that's very interesting because if you go to Robinhood's page or Twitter account, it literally says democratizing trading. So they are actually contradicting themselves quite a bit. Now I want to quickly thank you all for your support on this channel and for sending me all those ticker symbols. I promise you I am looking at them, and I have found a couple of them that I think are very interesting and that I'm going to be talking about on this channel in a separate video. Keep those comments coming, and if you have any tokens or companies that you want me to look at, just put those ticker symbols in the comments below and I will answer any questions you have. This is always so much fun for me. I look forward for the market to close so that I can close out my portfolio and show you exactly what it looks like every day. And if you guys want to see any individual stocks that I may have scrolled really fast through, just remember you can pause the video, look at how many stocks I have. You can kind of get an estimate as to what price I bought it at and see if you want to invest in those stocks or not. Of course, do your own due diligence, but feel free to use my stock list as a reference. Once again, my name is Hamza, and I'll see you guys next video.